Welcome everyone to today's class. I have my partner over here that's not going to run away in the forest and distract me a little bit. So right now we're going to start this exercise. So remember, the exercise of the week was to be able to find an athletic position and to be able to push through it or to be able to land in one. So that's what we're going to start with right now. Just being able to push back the hips a bit to feel grounded, and see, I could bring out one leg at a time, and I could bring out one leg. Okay, you want to have one knee that stays stable, although slightly open, and stand up. So you know what's the best way of doing it? We're going to transfer to one side. So from one side I transfer, I land in this position, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to land, and then same thing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just land, 1, 2, 3. Land, 1, 2, 3. Very easy way to warm up the body without hurting yourself. And last one. So did you notice, although I was trying to stay very stable, at some point the body wants to twist out to reach out. So let's do that by purpose. Let's stretch out that arm, and then when I bring out my foot, bring out my arm. I want to see this natural connection of when I'm reaching out with my leg, my arm might want to reach out naturally. So although people have been doing this in the aerobic exercises in the past, we're developing the power transfer that comes from this movement. So now it's a different language that we're learning here. We're trying to find the language of power and the ease of power. It's like, wow, it feels so naturally powerful to stretch out that body with its full power instead of just jumping around with your arms and legs all over the place. Like, where is this relevant in my daily use? And I see here is find alignments of powers that the body has to develop this power with ease without burning yourself out. All right, so next thing we're going to be doing here is going from the plank position and getting towards kicks. Okay, I'm breathing here, getting my knees off, and just practice to stand with one knee up, coming back down. Smooth. So it's just like a warm up for your elbows and your knee and your wrists. See, finding my range and stand up, up. We're going to do 4 more of them. And this is just preparing our body to stand up with a good posture and up. Relax. Do you feel tension building up in your body? Right? Up. Okay, the next 2 I'm going to do, I'm actually going to allow a front kick to come out, starting with the left leg. So bring back my arms, and I felt pushed back a little bit from this one. So my next one, I have to feel me being able to push something forward. And much better, okay? And that's what we're going to look for. So let's practice just that part here. Shifting to one side and forward, as if you're taking your foot over something. That makes sure that you're sending your power out and you're not getting pushed back from what you're saying. You are imposing something. It's like an expression. And right, nice and smooth. My leg, see, nice and smooth. Good. One more. And this one, I almost felt I was leaning back my body, so that's not what I wanted to do. Let's redo another 2 to see the difference. Smooth. There you go. It's like you're going forward with what you're saying. It's like a form of communication, right? All right, I love this. Next is same thing about the drill, about being light, going left and right. Feel light, 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 lighter. Feel like you're relaxed. You're not using much energy. Maybe you're looking at butterflies on the weekend. There's no one around you. So this ease that you have when no one's around you, you want to be able to develop that for when there's going to be people around you. Okay? inside kick. As if you wanted someone to take measurement of something here, right? Stays there. You did it by purpose. It's forward. One more. Forward. Just to understand the pattern of what you're doing, okay? Very beautiful. I like this. Now let's go back to the plank position here. So from outside of my mat, I'm going into my plank. I'm gonna bring up this one foot here. The easier it is for me to reach up my foot at 9 degrees here, the easier it is for me to send the kick I just did. But I'm gonna allow my hips to come down and back up. I'm allowing my hips to come down a bit, then back up. Smoothly with the transition. You don't wanna pull something here. Down and up. Keeping my abs squeezed real hard. Bring my other foot and then down. Ah, feels good. Up, keep my abs tight. So I'm working out my core as I'm working on my hip mobility. And I transition to on my fist, which I think is much more useful for me. One more on each side. Ah, that feels good. Wait, Alex, you gotta stay here. You're attached by the chair, Alex. Thank you. And amazing. Okay? Beautiful stuff. Okay. So now we'll almost have the chair by default, but that was my point here. But let's use it because we have it here. So the goal here is, one of the toughest things to do is to pivot. When I used to kick, I practiced a lot of hours kicking without using my hips. My friend told me, hey, you're not kicking properly. And I got so offended because I practiced a lot. Yeah, but it's I'm using my hips or I'm not using my hips. So I didn't even know that hips involvement was even one thing. And that same night I discovered it, it changed my life. So my foot opens up. I can't just step forward. I need to have my foot that's pre-open to match here, this point where I'm in diagonal to my target and where I could end a little bit over. Another example, instead of just having my foot straight, it's like I'm going into my lunge with a wider open stance. That enables me when I'm gonna lift up my knee, that my peak power will at least be around this zone to when I'm done, I have a very short burst of maximum power. So what I wanna practice here is to step forward with the left leg open and just let your knee go up. It's nothing more than this, but let your knee go up and this, okay? So let's practice this, up and out, up, out. That's all that's gonna happen. Don't go too high, right? Up, out, up, out, up, out. Ah, it's like, my foot's wet. See, just that. You don't need to hyperextend your knee. You just want the water to go off from your toes, right? So now I'm gonna go with the right foot open up, lift up that knee, and just, I wanna get the water out. See, it's easy. Don't think about kicking hard. Think about, there's water here. And you just threw water there, okay? Stepping with the foot open. Beautiful. And I'm always switching side. Left open. Try to think like you're a waiter and you're a cool waiter. So you came in diagonal and then you kicked over the table of your client. You come here, it's like, hey, look at this trick. And right over. This is a beautiful move to have. Because you could easily kick someone's head when it's at the right height, and it will most likely end a bad situation in very little time. But at least you know how to use your body, even if it was for dancing. One more. And perfect. So when I land, I'm perfectly landing in alignment, okay? So I had to create a new alignment so that I fall in it with my feet at the right distance. Does that make sense? I hope so. Next things that we're going to be practicing now. Let's get involved with the arms and the kicks because we want to put everything together today. So we're going for one big last ride. So here I am on the floor, knees, stomach, arms, bring up your knees, open, kick. We're going to do 4 of them in total. Going on my floor, arms, I bring my legs. So from here, I open up my foot, kick over, I went with my right, so left and right again. So going down, practicing to come down, coming up. From here, good posture, stepping in, right over. Beautiful. The more that foot's open from the beginning, the better it's going to be afterwards. One more. So I'm coming up. I'm like, what's going on here? Posture, stepping in. Perfect. And run away. All right, so beautiful. So next thing we're going to be practicing here. Stepping with my left foot, open the angle, and aim lower at someone's waist. Doing the same thing with the other leg. Step in open, just let the knee come up. See, it's coming up to the side. So as it's coming up to the side, just allow it to go forward. Coming in diagonal, look, my foot in my hand, and beautiful. If your back's turned, that's perfect. Okay, that's like the perfect amount of rotation to start with. See, side, perfect, to run away. All right, let's do two more. Stepping in. See, I could put more rotation into it as I feel comfortable in here. So I come grounded and beautiful, see? And I'm back in another situation if I want. So it's all about being able to control your power. It just takes practice, but practicing the right things, right? If I use my hips, I could damage my knee. If I don't use my hips, I don't have real power in my kicks. So I just have to learn how to be mindful about how I use my power and give it good boundaries. All right, next thing that we're gonna do here is practicing I'm going one way. See? So my left hand and left foot are here. I went in, see, that could have been a kick. And then, see, it's the bringing up my knee back forward. Let's do it one more time. My knee is already here. So I could pivot in with my foot and then my knee, and I'm good, okay? Let's practice the same thing the other side. Okay, so I'm here, I'm pivoting in, so I could pivot in, and then this knee, I need to bring it up and around. So I could do this, 1, 2, last one. 1, 2. Look at that, I almost went off balance. Perfect, okay? Perfect, because then, unless that happens, I don't know what to do when that happens, right? So here, 1, I would fake the kick, and then I'm going to bring back my arm. Same thing. I'm going to fake a kick, then I bring down that leg, right across. When I do this, my arm stays lightly bent, okay? It's like that is the stupidest mistake I've heard. Look at my arm at the end, lightly bent, okay? So let's try this. So I'm faking my left kick, 1, rotation, then I bring that knee over, and look, 1, beautiful strike across the chin. Same thing from this side here. I'm gonna fake that kick. I could even fake lower, see? See, as long as it lands here, I have my point to go across. Now we're gonna double it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we have a good lunge still. Let's finish it with the lunge with the 5. Here I am, fake it. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that grounding just enables you to not tip over if that's not what you want. Because on that last strike, I could 1, 2, go forward. Not what we're gonna do today, but coming soon next week. So let's do this again. How about if I decide to send a real kick this time? I opened up my foot, I sweep over. Perfect, my back's turned now. So I still need to bring over that right leg from behind. See? still there. This is just a structure of power, right? So here's my right leg. I open up that foot. Perfect. I wanted to end here. Good. So I look, I bring my leg over, 1, 2, and allow myself to come down in my lunge. Okay? We're gonna do this one more time. I know I appear furtive, but I just have to make sure I don't hit him. All right? So here I am, left foot. I'm gonna open up my right leg. Open up the right leg. Send that kick over. Bring my solid foundation. And down. Last one. Opening up my foot, right? Open up the foot. Perfect. Find your stability. And down, okay? This is just a foundation of power. So obviously your hook strikes, your front kicks, and then your roundhouses all have a beautiful connection between them. And if I want to keep hitting non-stop, I can. It will look like a beautiful dance, but that adapts to a reality of life. Good footwork, relaxed mind, and power that's kind of disguised. It's like disguised power. It's like this guy is too fluid to actually be strong. Actually, I have 3 times more strength because I know how to add power and fluidity as one. Take care, everyone. Until next time. Ciao.